Howdy, my noble friends. SirKakaBabu is back with World of Tanks, and this time we are going to be looking at a game in the Tier 8 Czechoslovakian tank destroyer, the ShPTK TVP 100. Now, when a vehicle's name is so difficult, then everyone has their own iteration of it and they pronounce it in however they understand. QB calls it ShPTK. Someone I heard listening called it ShPTK TVP 100. So whatever the case may be, it is the TVP 100 on display in all of its glory. Now what do you need to know about this vehicle? Well, don't worry. I mean, actions speak louder than words. We are at a tank destroyer bush over here. We have constructed a nest for ourselves by destroying these poor trees. So the enemy trees had no chance against us. But trees are not enemies of anyone. Well, anyways, whatever. I digress. I am shooting at that new Tier 8 premium vehicle, the T832. We put a round into him, damaged him. So these AP rounds do around 200. How much does it do they do? 250 average damage. But one thing to note is that if you come across a lightly armored vehicle, then switch to, hang on. Now this Emil one is getting punished by us because our rate of fire is fantastic and we can rip apart enemies in short order if they are caught in the open in front of us. Anyways, as I was saying, these HE rounds do 420 HP of damage and they've got a penetration of 100 millimeter. So these are really good rounds to fire at lightly armored vehicles and you'll rip them apart really quickly. It is a secret weapon of the ShPTK TVP. Now our counterpart, the ShPTK over there, on the other hand, on the other side, was spotted for a bit and I thought I would be able to put a round into him, but sadly no. For now we'll have to... Oh, fire! Oh, what did we do? Oh, BZ176 made him vanish from the face of the world of tanks. Well, object 274A appears. We fire a round into it. This gun is really not only does it have a fantastic rate of fire, its accuracy is awesome as well. And now this IS-3 appears and I was hoping to track him. Would I be able to? Well, I wasn't able to track him, but I was able to put a round into him. Enemies are ferociously attacking our heavies and our heavies are on the back foot at the moment. However, they have a secret weapon in the form of me and we do a long range snipe on the cupola of the Renegade, and that Tier 8 heavy tank is a dangerous one. He is coming after our BZ176, which is on fire. Poor BZ, he has no support except he does in the form of me. I am putting round after round into the Renegade. Well, if I hadn't missed that last one, maybe the BZ would have survived, but Renegade was attacking with the object 274A and they finished off the BZ176. Meanwhile, we continue to do our work. Enemies are pushing left, right and center. T26E5P Patriot is moving ahead as well. Now this IS-3 is coming. This is what the ShPTK can do. It can actually hold flanks in all directions all by itself because of its ferocious rate of fire. It can provide effective support and stop the advancing enemies in their tracks. I am providing good support to our T832 and things are looking not very hot at the moment, even though we are on 3500 damage almost. Our heavies are all but done. T832 is hiding in the corners. The Patriot is moving up. We switch to HE rounds, except they are heat rounds, not HE, and they are fantastic with 330 millimeters of penetration. So ammunition choices in this vehicle are really good, and all you need is some enemies to attack, and then it can do its magic. Patriot comes up, we fire into the hull of the Patriot, another good amount of damage, and I think one more shot and it would be killed. Patriot isn't feeling so hot anymore. His confidence has been shattered. He must be thinking, oh man, all I wanted to do was put a round into the T832, but the T832 returned fire, retaliated with vengeance, and killed the Patriot. Wow, poor Patriot. Well, I would love to say that I am sorry, but I'm not, because that is my job as a killer TD. And there I kill another renegade. That was the same one which we Coppola sniped a little while earlier, and now that we have defended our heavy corner somewhat, now I think it is time to move forward. Our team's situation score wise is looking good at the moment. We are 4700 hit points ahead and 3 kills ahead as well. IS-3 was last spotted over there in the city, and sadly the Su-130 PM, which is camping and the bushes at the back. T-832 was trying to put a round into the TNH perhaps. Well, Su-130 PM took him out, unfortunately. It is the nature of these tank destroyers. If the enemy pushes, then the heavies are bound to pay a price. It was a mistake on the part of our T832, and he paid for it with his life. Now I am moving ahead against the IS-3, thinking that he is isolated. Perhaps I'll be able to take him out of the game. Since I am on full hit points, I can afford to take such risks. I am moving. I was hoping to not get spotted, but I am spotted at the moment, so oh well, whatever. Everything cannot be ideal. IS-3 is thinking about moving against me, but I don't have much time because a TNH over here can flank me, so that is not good. Su-130 PM killed our CS-53. We put a round into this IS-3. IS-3 puts a round into... He doesn't put a round into us. The Su-130 PM puts a round into us. And I am glad that we only got the ammo rack damage, and we didn't get fully ammo rack. That would have been a crying shame. Now look at the minimap. AMBT is moving against the object 274A, but he is hanging back over here trying to provide vision for the 122 TM. I indicate to the 122 TM that he should move ahead and go into the base. That would create a pressure on the enemies to react and attack us. Meanwhile, I would be in the backward position trying to cover both the AMBT and the 122 TM. So our positioning is developing as such, and it is a solid plan. Whenever you've got the open field on the base should be capped in order for the enemy to get flustered and force them to attack onto you, so that you can take advantage of your good positioning. Now I am moving back over here in these bushes, creating another nest for myself. I have switched to the heat rounds in the below area, as you can see, and now we are waiting for the enemies to show their ugly heads and attack onto us. Even if they don't attack, we would cap them out. If they do attack, they would expose themselves to me. TNH appears. I am exposed at the moment. If I fire, I will be exposed. I fire, I put one round into the TNH 105-1000. I get spotted. Now my second round did not pen him, but 122 TM and AMBT both put a round into him, and the TNH 105-1000 goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, the most healthy enemy on the enemy team, of course. died, and one more threat has been eliminated. Objects 274A appears. He decaps 122 TM, but we kill him as well. So the last enemy is the Su-130PM, and we are in a solid position. I was hoping that the AMBT might be wise not to attack him, even though we are in a favorable position. All we need to do is just stay here and everything would be great. But AMBT wants to get some damage in, so he is charging ahead. He is so far ahead that he has moved out of my render range, and now I decide to get into the cap circle to put even more pressure on the Su-130PM and take the fight to the enemy team overall. Now 122 TM and I are in the base, and we are capping. Su-130PM charges ahead. We put a round into Su-130PM, doing 392 damage, and AMBT finishes it off. So we not only get the capture points, we get the damage points as well, finishing off the entirety of the enemy team. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this was a game in the ShPTK TVP 100 where it played like it is supposed to. Now let's check out a game where I would be a little more aggressive in this vehicle, and let's see what kind of results we can get. So on to the next one. Alrighty then, partners, now we find ourselves in a burg city, that is, which is totally ruined, and quite imaginatively Wargaming named this the map Ruinberg. We are on top tier and there are tier 7s present in the game, so I am going to be a bit more aggressive. My plan is to move into over here at the front and in the middle intersection to intercept any light vehicles which might try to rush into the region. Now the EBR-90 is spotted, so I was thinking perhaps I would be able to put a round into the EBR-90, but EBR escaped. To Batchat 12T appears. I fire a round and do 459 damage, so a fantastic high roll. So right off the bat our start has been fantastic. Now the Super Hellcat appears. We put a round into him, doing 465 damage. Now EBR-90 is over there and we do 463 damage, ladies and gentlemen. So 3 shots fired and almost 1400 damage done, and on top of that Ryan Borsing on the enemy team fired and his HE round did not penetrate our vehicle, otherwise we would not have been so healthy. There was like RNG showered all his blessings upon me, and we are in a fantastic shape with a stellar start. Now I am moving into the city to take the fight to the enemy team. Since I am top tier, my gun can be put to good use, and IS-3 on our team, Amorex the BZ-176. So the deadliest vehicle on the enemy team has been taken out of the game. I mean, this is just you cannot ask for more. I mean, this is fantastic. Now my plan was to move into these windows, so perhaps I'll be able to put a round into the Skoda T50, but seeing that the Skoda is not over there, or maybe he is, I didn't spot him. I'm moving up ahead where the BZ-58 and IS-3 are attacking these poor tier 7s, the KV-3 and Tiger C. Skoda T50, which I was looking for earlier, appeared out of nowhere and we put a round into him. Now Tiger C is up ahead against us. We fire, but sadly his turret was strong and our round did not pen. I didn't want to stay in front of him for long, but we put a cheeky round into the KV3, which was in front of the Tiger C. And these tier 7 heavies have, well, they are poor guys, they have no match. Even though they can do a lot of damage to me, but if you are quick on your feet, then you can kite those shells and put rounds into them and do damage to them. So let's see if we can. Oh, but we weren't so quick. However, if he put a round into us, we put a round into him as well. That was a bad shot on my part. That should have hit a KV3. I was scared for no reason. KV3's gun accuracy is not so great, so he would have been killed. Now CS44 is over there. I put a round. Well, before my round reaches over here, BZ58 finishes him off. Now we are 2600 hit points ahead. KV3 and Tiger C are hanging by a thread. Everyone is moving against them. I put a round into the KV3 and we kill him. Look at the score. Scores are 7 and 2, and IS3 is pushing me back. Well, I don't know why. Perhaps he was trying to get away from the Tiger C without reason. Well, it wasn't without reason. He was a one-shottable. So anyways, he must be flustered, cursing me under the lip, but it doesn't matter. Well, rocket boosting didn't save him. Ruinberg, which we bounced a shot from earlier, finished off the BZ. Artillery was spotted. He was clueless. He didn't move. And Ruinberg over there gets spotted. Our HE rounds are loaded. We put a round 442. We fire and do another 200 and something round into damage into him. Perhaps we hit his gun, so that was unlucky. Now SMV CC56 is doing damage to us, and we are doing damage to him in return. We target his lower plate. We finish off the SMV CC56, except we didn't do it. RT shell at the last moment finished it off. I am again switching back to HE round, and let's see if we can put a round into the Ruinberg or not. Let's see, partners. There was a sliver of a shot over there, and fire, and fantastic. We avenged the disrespect he showed towards us by firing at us. So Ruinberg has been killed. Now the Scorpion, poor guy, our team went in, dry, and he was killed. There you have it, partners. Let's check out the post-game stats of both games and see how we performed and how the ShPTK shined like a mother-clucking phoenix into the sky. On to the post-game stats. Alrighty then, partners. On the Westfield game, we secured first-class mastery badge, and I still haven't gotten the ace tanker in the ShPTK TVP 100. People do so well in it that the mastery badge ace tanker has eluded me to this date. And on top of that, after doing so much damage, we didn't even get any medal. I wonder why that was. Look at all the tanks we just ruined the life of, and it was glorious. Putting 4 rounds into the Renegade, 4 into IS, 3 into Emil 1. Oh man, this is just carnage we created over here. 4,788 damage with 4 kills, 1274 base experience. So we were awesome. And now I know why I didn't get any medals, because SU-130PM did 6,624 damage with 3 kills. Commiserations to you, my boy. High caliber and defender medal he received, and well, he was the team, and he went down fighting, so good on him. We fired 34, so a lot of rounds were fired, and connected 27 as well, so our marksmanship was on point as well. That goes to show that well, my aim isn't half bad. Sure, however, the accuracy of this gun is fantastic on long ranges as well. So I mean, it is built for sniping. It should be played passively as well. That doesn't mean that it cannot be taken at the front and played aggressively, just like I played in the second Ruinberg game, right? It has mobility and it has firepower, and it is like quite flexible. It can defend from the red line, it can attack aggressively like a medium tank as well, so it can hurt. Anyways, 34 fired, 27 hits and 21 penetrations. All in all, a fantastic round. And look at that, 2146 damage was done from more than 300 meters. So I mean, sniping was on point, most definitely. Good amount of credit profit was made, and that is the purpose of these premium vehicles, to make credits. And ShPTK TVP 100 is a great credit maker because standard penetration on its rounds is awesome, and also the HE rounds, which are not the premium HE, they cost less as well. And if you are able to put rounds into lightly armored vehicles, then they can be put to good use in credit making sphere as well. 3058 experience we gained, and it was awesome. And now in the Ruinberg game, well, it was more fruitful as far as medals is concerned. We got high caliber and Confederate medal. Confederate medal one secures after causing damage or critical hits to more enemy vehicles, at least 6, than any other player. So I mean, we were all over the place. We got first class mastery badge again, and that elusive mastery badge ace tanker is, well, elusive to say the least. Look at all the vehicles we damaged, and it was fantastic. 3942 damage dealt, 3 kills, 1269 experience. And look at the sharpshooter, he was doing good as well, ruined lives. And that Ryan Borsig over there, he sat in that place and he put a hurt in our team. And I am guessing most of that hurt was in the last minute of the game, where we were going all in, and everyone was not caring about their hit points. So, well, he should have been more proactive. And Ryan Borsig is a killer vehicle which can do a lot of hurt. Anyways, we fired 22, 16 direct hits with 12 penetration. So again, marksmanship was on point. 142,000 credits gained with 2100 experience. All in all, 2 very solid games in the ShPTK TVP 100. So there you have it, my noble friends. 2 games. I hope they would have highlighted the strengths and weaknesses of this vehicle. And if you don't have it already, whenever you get a chance, pick it up. It is a great credit grinder, great fun vehicle which you would want to play even if it didn't make any credits, right? It is a solid all-around performer, and in the hands of a somewhat competent player who doesn't YOLO in the first minute and dies like a chump, this vehicle can be a game-changing weapon in any team's arsenal. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please consider giving it a like and also subscribing to the channel. It helps it, and I would see you guys in the next video. So until next time, goodbye, my noble friends.